In this campaign, I will be the champion of the policy solutions that already exist but can't get past that barrier. I will be the candidate for the Center for Tax and Budget Accountability, Voices for Illinois Children, and other advocates for budget reform and investment in education as the smartest investment government can make. I will be the candidate for Health Care for All Illinois and the Illinois Single Payer Coalition. I will be the candidate for the Illinois Environmental Council, the Sierra Club, Environment Illinois, the Illinois Stewardship Alliance, Transition Towns, the Midwest High-Speed Rail Association, and the local and urban foods movements. I will be the candidate for the Illinois Campaign for Political Reform and the Illinois Ballot Integrity Project. I will be the candidate for the beleaguered public sector workers, teachers, and pensioners, and our underpaid, overtaxed private sector workers. I will be the candidate for the Illinois Coalition for Peace, Justice, and the Environment and its many constituent groups, the candidate who will stand up to our misbegotten federal policy and say, we're keeping our National Guardsmen home where they belong. I have devoted my entire adult life to the fight for social progress against the forces of corporate domination of our economy and government. I am a longtime activist for peace, social justice, civil liberties, the environment, labor, women's rights, single-payer health care, and much more. In recent years, I have been actively involved in local political battles to protect the environment and resist urban sprawl, as well as the ongoing effort to oppose the ongoing U.S. occupations of Iraq and Afghanistan. I have been active in my local ACLU, the Illinois Coalition for Peace, Justice, and the Environment, the Big Muddy Independent Media Center, part of the Indie Media Movement, and I am a member or supporter of Health Care for All Illinois, the Illinois Single Payer Coalition, Greenpeace, the Midwest High-Speed Rail Association, the National Association of Railroad Passengers, the Illinois Ballot Integrity Project, Nuclear Energy Information Service, and Citizens Utility Board, among other organizations. In doing my activist work, I have become a lifelong student of progressive public policy and am well versed in the public policy prescriptions needed to solve most of our pressing social problems. This is what led me to the Green Party in 1996. I am also one of the founding members of the Illinois Green Party and wrote a good portion of the party's platform. Fighting for these policy solutions is what the Green Party is about, and it is what my campaign is about. These are the reasons why I am the best qualified candidate for this office. It's not me, it's the sound public policy ideas that I'm fighting for, the policies of the progressive movements. I am the only candidate in this race that understands the need for a comprehensive tax reform to overhaul our tax system to make it progressive rather than regressive, eliminate our overdependence on the property tax to fund education, and provide real property tax relief, ease the burden on lower and middle income working people, raise enough revenue to erase the structural deficit, adequately fund our schools, colleges, and human services, pay health care providers on time, and meet, rather than cheat, our pension obligations. I am the only candidate in this race who proposes to help eliminate our structural deficit and meet government obligations through the establishment of a state bank, a progressive idea that North Dakota adopted years ago, and that has helped keep that state debt-free even in these troubled economic times. I am the only candidate in the race that has a comprehensive approach to economic health to reach the goal of providing living wage jobs or better for everyone willing and able to work. I am the only candidate in this race that recognizes the obligation of government to treat the twin threats of global climate change and the end of the era of cheap oil as the 911 emergency that it is. I offer a multifaceted plan to build renewable energy generation and energy-efficient housing, buildings, and appliances here in Illinois, build sustainable transportation with an emphasis on efficient mass transit, promote local agriculture for local consumption, promote smart urban planning and renewal, and otherwise transition to a new, healthier, more affordable green economy. I am the only candidate in this race that understands the need to make education a top priority, that dares to say we can and must make higher education free to all Illinois residents who qualify academically as an economic and social imperative, instead of making it increasingly out of reach for all but the rich and miring the next generation with absurd levels of indebtedness. I am the only candidate in this race who is talking about ending the wasteful war on drugs and focusing our criminal justice resources where they're truly needed, and who says that our criminal justice system needs a new emphasis on rehabilitation and providing true assistance to felons after they are released from prison to help them succeed. I am the only candidate in this race who resists the corporate media's insistence that public workers' so-called high pensions are a problem, by pointing out that defined benefit pensions used to be the norm for all workers in this country when we had more of a middle class, and that the answer to the pension crisis is not to attack the pensions of public sector workers and teachers, but to fight to improve the retirement benefits of all workers, private and public. I am the only candidate in this race who will wage an uncompromising fight for a single-payer, improved Medicare for all health care system right here in Illinois, since our federal government has seen fit to reject the needs, desires, and will of the people. And I am the only candidate in this race for governor who is making an issue of the illegal, immoral, unjustified, and obscenely costly invasions and occupations of Iraq and Afghanistan by promising to resist these illegal wars as governor, by vetoing any further mobilization and orders to deploy our National Guard overseas. These are some of the principal ideas that I'm running on in this campaign for governor of Illinois. I'm Rich Whitney, Green Party candidate for governor, and I ask for your support and your vote in November 2010. Thank you.